everybody, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Dr. Nick, and welcome back to the 90s Guys Show. Today I wanted to talk about should I buy a Nintendo Switch? I grew up with a Nintendo. I started out with an original NES. We got it for Christmas, I believe, in 1989. So I was about 4 years old. So we got the NES. And then we got the Super Nintendo, Christmas of 91, I believe. Yeah. I did not get a GameCube. I did not get a 64. I did recently get a 64, a GameCube. I also got a Wii when it first came out. I got a Wii U recently. I mean, Nintendo's always been really good. Unfortunately, the Wii U, due to different reasons, I mean, that's a whole nother video as to why the Wii U did not work. But anyways, I also have, as you've seen from the collection video, Genesis, Atari, Sega Dreamcast, Saturn, PS2, all the PlayStation systems. But I really am interested to know, should I buy a Nintendo Switch? I know there's lots of videos as to why there's so many good games. Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, Doom came to the system. There's a lot of third-party games that have come to it. I like the idea that it's not only a system that you can play on the TV, but it's a portable that you can put the Joy-Cons on and carry it with you, play it on there, or you use the Joy-Cons and play on the little screen. The one thing that I'm kind of apprehensive of is a lot of the games that I grew up with on the Nintendo were games like, Contra, of course, the Mario Odyssey covers the Mario. I know eventually they probably will come out with another one. I also grew up with games like Mike Tyson's Punch-Out!, Bubble Bobble, Super C. I'm trying to think of some other ones. I played a lot of Metal Gear Solid. There's a lot of games. Dr. Mario, of course. And a lot of the games that came out with the GameCube, essentially, Nintendo has a formula, from my understanding. Almost every system, for the most part, has a Mario game, of course. Has a Zelda game, sports titles, third-party titles. From my understanding, there's a lot of really good third-party support for this system that are not necessarily mainstream titles. There's ones that you can get from different websites. There's the ones you can only get from Japan. I've watched quite a few videos over the last 4 or 5 days from guys such as Metal Jesus Rocks, Beat 'em Ups with Wood. I also watched RGT85. There's a lot of people who I've watched to kind of get an idea. Oh, also 8-Bit Eric. I've watched quite a few to get an idea as to what things I should buy for the Switch, what games I should start out with, accessories, such as a screen protector, cases, a Pro controller, a controller that actually charges the Joy-Cons, eventually get a mini SD card to add to the memory if I want to download games from the eShop. And now that they've added all those games to the eShop, that to me is also pretty cool, because granted the games are, $50, $60 brand new. Some of them have gone down in price. But essentially, if you get a Switch and you, just want to play right away, from my understanding, there are some pretty good titles around, $15, $20. They got the eShop, so you can download some games. So that's really cool. Of course, this will be the last system I need from this generation of systems. I own the Xbox One S. I own the PlayStation 4 Pro. and this will be my final system of this generation until they come out with something else. So I'm interested to hear what are some of the games that you've played on this system. Were you disappointed at first when the system came out, when there was only a handful of games for it? Are you happier now that there's an overabundance of games? Are there games that you would recommend for me to buy when I buy the system coming up very soon? Leave down below in the comments some suggestions on games I should buy. Perhaps maybe things I should download from the eShop. Suggestions for accessories, where you can get them, things like that. I've always been a retro type of guy, but I also play modern systems as well. But one of the things that I was really interested in when I went to play a Switch in GameStop was I was playing Super Mario Odyssey, and then they also had on there, I believe it was Bayonetta, and I'd never played any of the Bayonetta games. It was really pretty awesome. I also seen recently that there may be some other ports coming to the system that were previously only on the Xbox One or PlayStation 4. This system has an unlimited potential. We've already seen, the sales have been fantastic. The games have been really good. Unfortunately, the WWE game that came out for it last year was absolutely awful. I just don't think that the system was made for a game like that. Or maybe the developer in that particular version just didn't put enough power into it. I don't really know. But I hope you all had a good Christmas. I hope you have a good rest of 2018. Going in 2019, there'll be more videos coming from the channel in 2019. So I wish you all a happy new year. Spend time with family and friends. Leave a comment down below. Like this video. Watch my other videos. Subscribe. Don't forget to hit the little bell icon to make sure you get all the notifications for all future videos. And I will see you all later.